How's it going, everyone? Today we're going to dive into when Captain America, Odin, and Scarlet Witch were at their most powerful in the Marvel Comics. Before we jump in, please consider subscribing to my channel if you enjoy this content. You can always unsubscribe later if you no longer find it enjoyable. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Many people have had the honor of serving the world under the name Captain America, such as Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes. However, for this video it will cover when Steve Rogers was at his most powerful during his time as Captain America. Being the man out of time, Steve Rogers never relied on cosmic powers or magical artifacts to enhance his power, so his most powerful moment is easy to recognize. This is when Steve Rogers was deemed worthy to possess the power of Thor and lifted Mjolnir. Even though audiences saw this in Avengers Endgame, this is how it happened in the comics. When a new threat approaches Midgard, reveals itself to be the Serpent, the long-lost brother of Odin, the heroes of Earth heed the call of battle, including Bucky Barnes, who was given the title of Captain America as Steve went on a break. Unfortunately, Bucky would fall to the hands of the Serpent, motivating Steve to avenge his friend and take back the mantle of Captain America. With the city of Earth already destroyed by the Serpent and his army, Captain America would prove himself still worthy by lifting Mjolnir and calling upon Earth's mightiest heroes to challenge the Asgardians. In an epic clash, Steve would prove his might by being able to contend against the powerful opponents by creating enough time to allow for Thor and Odin to come up with a plan to defeat the Serpent. In the end, the Avengers would prove victorious thanks to Steve, but with heavy sacrifices. Odin would lock himself away with his older brother's body, feeling the guilt of the bloodshed Midgard had suffered. Considered to be the most powerful god in all of Asgard's history, Odin Borson has had several powerful moments in the Marvel Comics where he was needed to defend Asgard from destructive threats. With his power being derived from the Odin Force, it was all on display when a rampaging cosmic energy made its way to Asgard before humanity had entered the Stone Age. This energy was known as the God Tempest, and it took the shape of a cosmic thunderstorm that had the strength to turn moons into dust in the blink of an eye. Once it reached Asgard, Odin, possessing the Odin Force, would fend it off for days, looking to weaken the cosmic entity to a point where he could contain it and prevent its destructive nature from wreaking havoc ever again. This is when the dwarves of Nidavellir presented Odin a small nugget of Uru, a magical metal extracted from the first moon of existence that can store most energies. Odin would use the small sample of Uru to contain the God Tempest, where it would eventually die from its imprisonment, but its power would remain. Convinced it could be used for good, Odin used the Uru to create Mjolnir, a battle hammer that would eventually be used by Thor himself as his primary weapon as the God of Thunder. Once constructed, Odin would have Mjolnir enchanted to only be used by those worthy to possess such cosmic power. Thanks to the might of Odin, several heroes other than Thor would use this battle weapon to save countless lives from dangers that would have threatened all of life in the multiverse. Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch, is a being of unimaginable reality-twisting magic. If you think you saw her peak power in WandaVision or Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, you are sadly mistaken. To understand how powerful Wanda is, we visit the House of M comic, where the story begins with Wanda giving birth to her two twin sons. Revealed to be a dream created by Professor X, both he and Magneto discuss how Magneto's ambitions for the mutant race may have endangered the entire world through the Scarlet Witch's powers. Seeking the help of the Avengers, Professor X leads a meeting to discuss what to do with Wanda Maximoff before she angrily awakens to discover her two twin sons are still non-existent. Wolverine proposes an idea to kill Wanda, as it may be the only way. After a few objections, the group agrees to talk to Wanda before proceeding. However, little did they know Quicksilver was listening in, where he rushes back to inform a distraught Magneto that the heroes are planning to kill Wanda. The heroes arrive only to have the world flash to a bright white. The first to awake is Peter Parker, who learns that his wife is Gwen Stacy instead of Mary Jane Watson. Wolverine then wakes up, realizing that he is the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. Slowly, he pieces it together that the world has been transformed into a version where mutants are the dominant species instead of humans. Wolverine then seeks out Spider-Man, but encounters Hawkeye, who is part of an underground resistance of humans intending to overthrow mutant kind. This is where Wolverine meets Layla Miller, a mutant in this new reality that possesses the ability to show everyone what their lives are supposed to be instead of the new reality that Wanda created. After accumulating an army of restored superheroes, they launch an assault on Magneto, thinking he was responsible for this twisted new reality. As the skirmish continues, Wanda uses her powers to stop both sides and claims that the world would be better with no mutants, causing reality to flash back to a bright white. Peter Parker is then the first to wake up again, with reality seemingly restored as his wife is Mary Jane. However, after reassembling the heroes, Magneto, among other mutants, is missing his powers, discovering that Wanda Maximoff has the power to alter reality so much to where she can take away the powers of mutants or bless millions of others with them. Thank you for watching. All comics mentioned in this video will be linked in the description. If you enjoyed this content, leave a like on the video and subscribe to my channel, as it always helps me out. Also, if you have a request for a Marvel character to do in a later part of this series, please post in the comments section below. Thank you very much and have a great rest of your day, wherever you may be.